In every thriving society, the quality of public service reflects the strength of governance. For the people of Akwa Ibom State, a new chapter is unfolding, one driven by professionalism, efficiency, and a renewed commitment to serving citizens better. The vision came alive through a 4-day exceptional customer service training designed to reorient government employees towards excellence in service delivery. Organized and totally funded by US based Akwa Ibom Indigen and Chief Executive Officer of Exceptional Customer Service Training Limited, Chief Bassey Okon, the training held at the Civil Service Auditorium, Ido Secretariat, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, brought together public servants from across ministries, departments, and agencies in the state. The initiative, Chief Bassey Rukun said, was inspired by a call to action from the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umoeno, who has consistently emphasized the need for a responsive and people centered public service.
I am someone who likes social justice. When this state was created, there was a lot of promise. Obong Atta laid a solid foundation in infrastructure. As an architect, he developed this state architecturally using his experience to build a nice state that we can call home proud. Subsequently, Governor Moino came in 2022 to North Carolina during his campaign and appealed to Akwa Ibom citizens in the diaspora that those who have the time and the love should come and build Akwa Ibom. I am responding to that clarion call because when I came right from the airport, I was displeased with what I saw. The bane of this society is poor customer service. I went back to do research based on my discipline. I human resource, strategic human resource development. So I wrote a note about excellent customer service. What should be done? The best practices that I have seen in other clients, and I felt the need to come and impact my community, my society by this free training on exceptional customer service, how to render services that promptly, taking the other person as a human being, not with contempt or disdain, but treating everyone equally with respect and dignity. I am trying to change the mindset of government employees to take that position of trust as a privilege, not lording over other people, but to have human empathy, to know the other person, to know how it feels when you go in search of something, how you would want to be treated, treat the other person. These are my core customer services, developing a culture of discipline because you have to have discipline yourself. You have to have patience. You have to dedicate yourself to understanding the need of your customer. We are all customers. You go to the supermarket, you go to buy something, you are a customer there. So anybody coming into government office in search of programs, services, welfare, then ought to be treated as a human person, not looked down upon. And this is the message I want to do to change the mindset of government employees in offering exceptional customer service, going the extra mile, free and bearing all the cost. My employees, even this hall, I'm paying for the generator and the diesel. All the equipment here, I purchased them or some rented. So for the last 3 weeks, I have been paying people to put this together. So it has been my way of saying, giving back to my community. I've been blessed. where I have worked, retired, I came back home that this is what I have acquired. I have taught this outside this country. And other people respect, they call me Mr. Okon. So I am bringing that expertise, that knowledge to change the mindset of service delivery in the States, treating people respectfully and having human sympathy while dealing with another person.
To ensure effective engagement, the training was structured across 4 days, targeting specific cadres of civil service. Day 1 brought together senior officers on grade levels 15 to 17. Day 2 focused on grade levels 12 to 14, while grade levels 7 to 10 participated on the third day. The final day was dedicated to junior officers on grade levels 2 to 6, ensuring that every level of the workforce was included in the transformative process. The program commenced with an opening ceremony that set the tone for 4 days of learning, reflection, and professional transformation. Professor Effiong Johnson of the University of Wales served as Master of Ceremony at the event. Declaring the training open, the head of civil service, Mrs. Elsie Peters, welcomed participants and commended the initiative for aligning with the development vision of the current administration. She was represented by the permanent secretary in her office, Ms. Doris Ikbo. She urged participants to take the program seriously and apply the knowledge gained to improve service delivery across government institutions.
It is my pleasure to be part of the opening ceremony of this training exercise. Let me start that this exercise is yet another opportunity for workers in our state to be exposed to the critical aspects of service delivery with special concern on customer service and global accepted best practices in human relations and cordiality while relating to the public daily. I sincerely commend the management of the exceptional customer service training limited for deciding to graciously provide free training of public servants at this time. I direct that all workers participating in this exercise should give utmost attention to the resource person able to handle relevant modules applying for the training. I expect nothing short of punctuality in attendance, orderliness, and a mindset of becoming better in client-customer relationship. Let me therefore remind us that this training is delivered as part of the strategies on the successful implementation of the Arise agenda of our government, His Excellency Pastor Boyno, PhD. Thank you to our resource persons. Thank you to the management of exceptional customer service for today as we embark on sharing your wealth of knowledge to civil servants in acquiring states. On this note, I will declare the training open in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. You are all welcome.
Delivering the keynote address, a former chairman of Akwa Ibom Investment Corporation, Akikop, Mr. Ide Owodion Idemeko, emphasized that exceptional customer service goes beyond routine administrative duties. He challenged public servants to embrace professionalism, accountability, and empathy in their daily interactions with citizens.
Let me begin with some simple but powerful reminders. The citizen is not an interruption to our work. The citizen is the purpose of our work. As civil servants, we need to understand that fact. That the citizens that we serve are not an interruption of our work. They are actually the purpose for why we have been employed to work in the You have to understand that fact. I know Max Weber is, study of bureaucracy talks about the fact that we can approach issues and cases that come before us without any emotion, without any passion, without any sentiment. But in this instance, we have to recognize the fact that every decision that we take, every file that we process affects a real human being, not a statue. Okay? A farmer that is waiting for a permit from you, a business owner that is seeking to register his business, a pensioner expecting payment, or a young graduate applying for employment documentation, all of them are real human beings. And the way we engage them, the way we deal with them, the way we handle them, speaks volumes about exceptional customer service. Take the case of a young graduate. The way you would deal with that young graduate, you never can tell how far to go, because young people will never forget. They will remember how you dealt with them. Whether you shun them when you walk into the office, you receive them, or you're able to explain the situation to them in a way that makes sense. They will never forget. So it's important that we have this at the back of our minds. Behind every document is a story. And behind every request is a life. Am I making sense? Behind every document is a story. And behind every request is a life. The legitimacy of government is experienced, not proclaimed. When we say a government is legitimate, you don't just proclaim legitimacy, you have to experience it. Another reminder is this: citizens do not measure government performance by policy documents. They measure it by their interaction with public institutions. We can have the right agenda, agriculture, rural development, and all of that. It's not that policy documents that people are talking about. The citizen on the street, that man who doesn't get at the right entrance, is the one that is impacted, is the one that will tell the story of their right agenda. From his or her engagement with public institutions. And that's, where you find yourself. I had a culture of when I'm appointed as chairman of Akwa, coming for over 3 decades of work with private sector. And I get into the place and, as chairman, I want you to sit down and talk to the director. And everybody's like, why should you go and talk to the director? Why? You must pass through, But where I came from, clearly need something from you. We will come down to you, come from the office and come and sit down with you and say, can you be of help to me? Can you help me solve this problem? That personal engagement between leadership and the land and fire creates an environment, a cultural environment that transcends hierarchy and allows you to treat that public, that citizen that's coming to you with empathy. Are we together? Very important. Very important. So, those reminders are things that we need to have at the back of our minds. Every counter, every desk that you sit on, every approval that you give, every response time, that is where government becomes real. That is where government becomes real. It is not when someone walks to your office and you are nonchalant, when you tell the person, whoa, get out of the office. The person needs to exist an impression of what government is. Do not forget that your pay is from what? Our common party money. from the taxes that those citizens that you're supposed to serve are paying every day into the government coffers, that the rich revenue for you to get paid at the end of the month. Extremely important to have in the back of the mind. So it is a privilege for us to serve others. For many decades, the Nigerian civil service has been described, sometimes unfairly, sometimes not, as slow, as rigid, and process-heavy. We have all heard the familiar phrase, come back tomorrow. Right? Am I correct? Come back tomorrow, don't worry, come back tomorrow. But in today's Nigeria and indeed globally, that response is no longer acceptable. Should not be acceptable by any standards. Citizens now compare government services not just with other public institutions, but with the private sector. If a bank can resolve issues in minutes, I'm sure you like to work with a bank, and then your issue is not being solved, right? You want them to solve that issue right now. If passports can be processed faster through digital reforms, like I say, at the federal level, if tax payment can be made online through the federal Nigerian Revenue Service platform, then expectations rise across the board. Now let's consider the transformation of the Corporate Affairs Commission. Years ago, business registration would take weeks of physical follow-up to today, through digitization, entrepreneurs can register businesses online in days. That reform will not just improve efficiency, it improves Nigeria's business environment. Okay? In those days, when you want to register a business, you would take weeks, months, for you to get it registered. It's a matter of days. You go to the portal, you open it up, you upload your documentation, you get a response, and within days, you have your certification done. That is efficiency, improvement of service. Now let me ask you some simple questions. Let me say this clearly. Public service is not about power. It is about responsibility. And that's why it's called service. It is not about power. It is about responsibility. Behind every file is a citizen. Remember that. Behind every delay is a consequence. Behind every delay is a consequence. Behind every act of efficiency is a life made easier. We must move from that is not my desk to let me resolve this for you. We must move from come back next week to here is your timeline. I can achieve this for you. Give me 2 days, I will do it. We'll sort out about 2 days, 3 days. We must move from this is how we have always done it. This is how we have always done it. I'm telling you, move away from it. So this is how we can improve it. This is how we can improve it. Distinguished Akwa Ibomites. Akwa Ibom has built physical infrastructure. Now we must build invisible infrastructure. And that is trust. Trust is built when citizens are respected, when timelines are honored, when communication is clear, when responsibility is owed. Every public servant here represents the state. Every one of you, every one of us here represents the state. You are not merely processing files, you are shaping perceptions. If every office in this state commits to define service standards, measurable turnaround time, transparent processes, and professional engagement, within a short period, Akwa Ibom will not only be known for its physical development, it will be known nationally as a benchmark of public service excellence. That Let us not wait for narratives alone. Let us lead by example. Let us institutionalize excellence. Let us make service delivery and Akwa not just functional, but exceptional. When service becomes exceptional,